everybody. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Yo. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? There we go. Is everybody well? Is everybody well? Hello, Purples. Hello, Harumph. Harumpster. The stir of the Harumph. Hello, Harumph. Hello, Target. Hello, Purples. Hello, Aspen. Hey, Aspen. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hello to the Dragon Store. Hello. How are you, Aspen? You okay? Johan, the pirate's life for me is here. Johan, how are you? Ginger, hello. How are you? There we go. Everybody make sure you go and follow Aspen because she's fucking awesome. Yeah, how is everybody? How is everybody? Are we all well? Are we all good? Are we all amazing? Are we all epic? Are we having a great day? Hope we all are. Hope we're all having a great day. Let's get the microphone a little bit closer. I have my Huel. I have my Huel for my rehydration purposes.
We'll be better when we have fucking music, you dork.
Aspen is at work. I will be on alert. People at Dragon Store say hello. No way! Hey, Dragon Store. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Aspen. Thanks, Aspen. Oh my god. Aspen makes me blush. Doing okay. Waiting out the last hour at work. Nice. All the hype for the adorable Aspen. There we go. All the hype for Aspen, who taught everybody how to paint skulls today on Instagram. Hey, Dragon Store people. Everybody in Twitch chat saying hello to Dragon Store. We've got an absolute celebrity in chat. We've got an absolute celebrity in chat, haven't we? Right, so we are going to be painting. We are painting a little bit more of this today. Now, I'm going to try and push the finish on this a little bit because it's a little bit clunky. It's a little bit clunky. If I can find, is it that one? No, it's not that one. There we go. It's a little bit clunky if we zoom in. So I'm a bit well, clunky. Yeah. I'm a bit clunky with the highlights, so we're going to try and finish. Like if you have a look at the wrist down here. If you have a look at the wrist down here, so we're a little bit clunky with this kind of highlight here. That highlight's not bad, but this highlight here needs to be a little bit more pronounced. Like these highlights are just dots, so we need to try and make them a little bit longer along the actual edges and everything. We obviously need to clean up the eyes. So we're just going to see if we can refine everything today. There we go. Got to get back to work. Have a glorious stream. Thank you. People, even I can't type. I'm tired. Yeah, have an awesome day at work, Aspen. Have an awesome store day. So yeah, that's the plan today. We're just going to kind of work on this guy and just kind of clean him up a little bit. So I am going to get my magnifiers out so that we can see what we're working on, which will be quite fun. And we'll probably shift to a slightly smaller paintbrush as well. Exclamation mark brush, by the way, exclamation mark brush in chat if you want to try some of these out, and also exclamation mark airbrush in chat if you want to have a look at any of the awesome gallery stuff as well, because that's all very, very cool as well. There is a full review on YouTube for that. Yeah. How's everybody's day going? Let's get some music on before I get shouted at again as well. Let's pop some mama music on. Mama music of the mama. Mama music. There we go. Some nice music. Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. I love my Artifice brushes, quite worn out by now though. Yeah, they do. I don't know whether they always kind of lose their tip. Like they're really sharp, pointy tip. I don't know whether they always lose that quite as quickly as they do with me. But I do paint a lot, so I don't know. Interesting. Right, we are gonna shift it up, and we're gonna use the 00 today anyway, because we have a ton of actual kind of fine detail to do. But before we do that, I'm just gonna run some black into recesses. So that's the plan. But yes, exclamation mark brush if you want to try some out, because they are very good. They are very good. Yeah, so we're going to try and push the contrast. I'll try and push the contrast a little bit with all these. go. Oh. Nice wet pallets are so good. Nice wet pallets are so good. I'll move this one over here because we don't want to be using this one anymore. On the lurk. Everybody's on the lurk. Oh no, everybody's on the lurk. Target, you're our only hope. And harumph. Where is my... There they are. Right, let's get some massive eyes going, shall we? Hello everybody, how are we doing? How is everybody doing? Happy Thursday, everybody. Woo, I got massive eyes. And stuff. Waka waka. Waka waka, Mr. Target. Okay, right. Try and drop that down a fraction. There we go, that's better. What did you use for the white? Might need to steal that. The white? What, this white? There's toast. There's so many colours on this dude. What was the white? The white was graphite, silver grey, black Templar, white, and dark sea blue. So it had a dark sea blue shadow. Had a dark sea blue shadow. It had a graphite. Yeah, I quite like it. I quite like that being there like that. That's quite good. Dark sea blue shadow. It had a graphite base tone. It got built up slowly towards silver grey, and then a little bit of a white highlight right up at the top of the helmet. Gave you a pop quiz. Gave me a pop quiz. Had a nice pop quiz. How are you? Happy Thursday, dude. It did get me. Did get me, Perps. Thank you very much. Thank you for the bits. The bits are appreciated. How's so Perps has also picked up. Perps has also picked up some Infinity stuff, which has been really cool. And I am tempted to grab Maze Breaker. I'm tempted to grab Maze Breaker because of some really nice let's drop that down a fraction. There's some really nice models in Maze Breaker. I really like the ALF stuff in Maze Breaker.
Route alert! Route alert! Abandoned shop! This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
Hey, Avian, how are you? Avian is all confused at the moment because we're not playing any Horus Heresy stuff. It's like, where's my Horus Heresy? We did have a great deliverer bit of lore from Henry the other day, though. That was really awesome. How's your Thursday, Avion? Avion? Only thing I find bad with Maze Breaker and Beyond, there is no dino. Yeah, no dino. No dino. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with no dino? Yeah, that's one of the reasons, like, I really like the nomads for the dino. Have you, did you find out any info about Infinity Games at your gaming store? Or is that why you ended up getting Maze Breaker, because you found out that there were some? Got to get used to looking over the top of these. I mean, that is something that you can't fault Artis Opus for. They are incredibly soft. They're so nice to paint with. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know whether that's a gun or a holster. I can't work out whether that's a holster there and then the gun pokes through, or whether it's a whole holster with just the gun's handle. Oh, we got a cookie! We have a cookie! Hey, how you doing? The dinos are OP as heck. Are they? Are they OP? They're metal and tiny as fuck. Lost a head on one once, it's gone. Nope, I'll have to ask. I was too busy and tired yesterday. Flash. Ah. Do you remember Flash? Flash used to come and hang out in chat. He had Flash as his intro. Yeah, I think once you start painting them, perps. I mean, obviously I'm pushing the painting as much as I can, but once you start painting them, like, I think they take contrast so well. They really are going to take contrast paint so well. There's a lot of bleed going on here, which is quite interesting. Hey, Olivia.
What? No gallery command? You fucking noob.
Exclamation mark airbrush. I haven't added the gallery yet because it's a tricky one to type, so I didn't want to scare anybody with the typing of it. But exclamation mark airbrush will give you the gallery link, and I will also add a gallery command, because they are sending me the model holder, which is quite interesting, because they said, do you want the model holder? And I was like, okay, so yes, it would be cool to have the model holder, because quite frankly I'm really impressed with their products so far. Like the manufacturing and how kind of clean they are and everything is really good, and the model holder looks great, and hobbyists deserve nice model holders. And ironically, the Games Workshop one is made in China and is shit, in my opinion. It's crap, don't like it. Gallery is all made in China. They have like a massive. They sent me a video of their manufacturing floor, and it's huge and it's awesome. And that model holder is beautiful. So I'm quite curious to see what it looks like. I'm not going to use it because, and I explained why. I like shorter ones. I like shorter hobby holders that I can fit in the palm and then you can do this with. Whereas theirs is a big long one that you hold. Now, that's a common kind of model holder trend at the moment. There seem to be lots that you can hold like a pistol grip kind of thing, which I don't like. I like the maneuverability of having it in your palm and just being able to kind of twist it around and get all the angles that you want. But I know I'm not the only hobbyist out there who paints like this, and plenty of hobbyists like the pistol grip one. So anyway, they're sending me that, so I will 100% show it off for you. 100% show it off for you, so you can have a look at it. Like I say, I'm really impressed with how well manufactured everything is. Like and the presentation as well. Like these boxes are really smart. Everything is really nice. Like the manufacturing of this is just stunning. It's incredibly good, particularly from an engineering background, from my point of view. So when it arrives, I will go, hey guys, look at this, and I'll probably paint something with it, but I'm not going to use it a lot. However, I have said this is why I don't use it, and this is why I like using this kind of size. Can we collaborate and make a second model holder that might be slightly different? So hopefully we can work together, and I can have a model holder design by Gallery, which will be kind of cool. So yeah, if you want to help me out and support all of this, then yeah, have a look at just do exclamation mark airbrush and just have a look at the link and see if there's anything there that takes your fancy. There's a review on my YouTube of the airbrush. There's a review on my YouTube of the metallic paints. We're going to do more metallic paint stuff. So yeah. You got a Pash, 2 Badgers, 2 Harder and Steamback, 2 generic, and a Gallery. The Gallery one's lovely cookie. Even though I have the Red Grass Gaming one, which is really good. I use pill bottles as model holders. Yeah, like I just make these little things. Like they're so easy. They send you the Vortex mixer. You will have to. Oh yeah, I'll 100% demo the Vortex mixer. And also I want to try the little micro compressor as well that they've got. Yeah, it's so I have the Eclipse. Like I said in the video. This was the airbrush which I was like, this is just brilliant, guys. If anybody ever wants an airbrush, use this one. And the Gallery one's better. I kind of have to say the Gallery one is better. So I was really impressed with it. They are chasing the 1%, little bits of 1%, which I really appreciate. I really appreciate companies that chase 1%, because that's my kind of background. Like obviously as an athlete and chasing 1% as an athlete or as a coach, you're trying to get your students to chase 1% everywhere. So I really appreciated that. So I have very quickly realised that I have a lot of time for Gallery. So hopefully we can do a really cool model holder, and we'll see where we go. Has somebody done the Gallery link? Yeah, there we go. Let's have a quick look. Here we go. So here are all the new products that they've got. So that's the model holder that they're sending. The vortex is also really cool. This again, it just it looks really well done. It looks really well done. So I'm going to be grabbing this. But what I want to do is sort of create with them and develop with them like a half-size one. But if this is your kind of thing, like you like to hold your model holder like this, then yeah, by all means have a look at this one. It is very smart. This is the bit I like. This is the bit I like. I'm curious if I can have like this, and then the model holder up at the top here. That's kind of what I'm envisioning. So anyway, they're going to send me one, and we're going to try and play around and see what we can do. But if this is your thing, if you like pistol grips, because that's part of the thing. Like, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of hobbyists saying this is how you have to paint. Like I know 100% that I like model holders that are smaller, so I've got some maneuverability and stability. And also when you're painting on stream as well. Like if I had a massive pistol grip, it's really difficult to orientate it, and you've got to break your wrist and everything. Whereas this is really simple. So we need options out there, but we also need to educate people and explain why the options are there. So that's really important. I think I know why all this is bleeding, and I've just remembered I gave it a matte varnish.
With your ginormous hands you use a teeny tiny model holder. You're weird, Christopher.
Yep. Do they have modelling magnifying glasses like yours as well? No, they don't. That's a very good point. I will send them pictures of these. Because these are fab. These are absolutely amazing. These were made for me by a viewer, and yeah, you can't get these. So that's a very good shout. I will email them back because I got an email last night because I sent them a big email saying it would be really cool if we could like collaborate and design a model holder, and they replied back this morning. So yeah, I haven't replied to that yet, so I will add that. That's a really good call. The gallery frosting eyes, the fashion accessory everybody wants. They're really cool. Let me show them to you because they're genius. They're genius because everybody knows the big ones that you have that are a massive band that goes across your head that are really uncomfortable and really horrible. These are a pair of sunglasses. They're a sunglass frame, and then they have this really clever little thing that was designed and built on top of it, and then that there unscrews so that I can slide them out a little bit further, because obviously the further away from your head they are, the greater the magnification. And then they have a little screw in here that allows you to swap these out, so you can literally there you go. That's how much magnification they have. So they're great. They're great, and you can swap these out. I think these ones are ×2, so I could go up to ×3 if I wanted. ×3 are a little bit difficult to work on stream because the higher the magnification, the closer you have to get. So a ×3, I'd have to be kind of like this close, so then you'd see them on screen all the time. But yeah, they're fab. Look, they're really smart. And also because they are sunglasses framed, you can wear your normal glasses underneath them. I believe. I can see how I could get my glasses. I could try that, couldn't I? Anyway, yeah, that's a really good call. That's a really good call. Thank you for that, Cookie. I will email them about that as well. I need to chug a Huel green drink to get my filters going, I think. Nice one, Avian. Nice one. Finally trying to use model holders consistently to stop me rubbing paint off the model. It also allows me to paint my thumb. And I don't know why, but painting the glove thumb does not work as well. No, it doesn't. yeah, the skin has just a little bit of kind of absorption. So as you're dragging it across your skin, you have a little bit of absorption. And I'm the full-size grip club. My old Rathcore wooden ones are still my favourites. Nice one, Harumph. Nice. Nice. So do you paint? Interesting. Do you paint with your wrists on the table, or do you paint with your elbows on the table? Because I can see if I had a pistol grip, I could paint with my elbows on the table. I can paint. I mean, I can paint like leaning back in my chair, because I anchor my hands together like this. So my hands aren't going anywhere. Like the brush doesn't move if I kind of wobble or anything. Yeah, do you paint less from the table? Forearms on the table. Nice. So yeah, so your hands are a little bit further off the table. That's where the pistol grip is a little bit more usable. I don't know whether this has developed my kind of painting style. I don't know whether it's developed because I've painted small models. Like, because I did Glorfindel and I really like doing this stuff and the Lord of the Rings things and like the really tiny, like Necromunda stuff, and needing to get in really tight. And I like anchoring the back of my hands on the table. Yes, there's that as well, isn't there? Tempted to get an electronics microscope, but you lose depth of field with those. Yeah, don't get an electronics microscope. The depth of field. That's why, you know, there's people who have the big round magnifiers with the light around the rim, and then they paint underneath those. They don't work because you haven't got any depth of field, because you're looking through a singular vision point rather than a binocular vision point. So that's why these ones are really good, because you are looking through, both eyes are looking through both, so you still get the depth of field, or the depth perception, not depth of field, depth perception. So yeah, that's a really good call, Cookie. Thank you very much. I will include this in the email. Hey Spiky, how are you doing? How are you doing, Spiky? The medical lenses. What, the loops? Have you got the loops? I had a pair of those when I went to have my eyes tested, because I was asking and I was like saying, look, I need some magnification, and they gave me some reading glasses. I was like, well, that's not really like what I wanted. And then they gave me a pair of loops. The loops were insane, but there were too much magnification. They were too magnifying, so I had to take them back. They weren't very impressed when I took them back, because she was dead pleased that she'd thought she'd figured something out for me. And I took them back. I was like, I'm sorry, they're just too much. Like, I was like this. I was painting like this. It was huge, but I was up here painting like this. It was insane. The Rose Micro Solutions 3.5. Nice. This is awesome, guys. I'm loving this conversation. This is really, really good. Thank you very, very much indeed. So yeah, if there's anything on the gallery site which you are interested in, please consider grabbing it, because it really does help me out with talking to them and saying, hey, look, I've got an awesome community who listen to my opinion, and I think we can do some really cool stuff together. Because you do listen to my opinion, right? Right, chat? Right, chat? I need to stop Chris saying cookie, as I have two huge sweet. Oh, you got chocolate chip cookies? I have Malteser chip cookies. So I've got some cookies with Maltesers in. Oh my word.
No, we don't, Christopher, lol.
You don't what? What don't you do? Who's that? Oh, Fiash! Fiash! My name is Fiash. Thank you for the follow, Fiash. How you doing?
Don't, Bennett. He's dead, Dave.
Everybody is dead. Everybody is dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody is dead, Dave. He's a banana. He's a banana. Listen to my opinion. What's for glasses? We've just had that conversation. That's really funny, Fiash. These are a pair of custom glasses which have been made for me. But I was just talking about speaking to Gallery about hopefully developing a pair. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, these have been custom made for me. So yeah, exclamation mark airbrush if you want to go and have a look on the website and have a scroll around while we're sat here painting. Can't believe how much the matte varnish bleeds the wash. It's quite interesting. Does anyone going to work for you today? So Aspen is in chat and is currently at work, so she can't do it. I am currently streaming, so technically I'm working, so I can't do it. I believe Purples is working in a meeting, so she can't do it. Avian might do it. I don't know whether Avian is. Don't know whether Avian is working today. Target might work for you. We haven't heard from Target. We don't know what Target's doing. Target might be sitting on the sofa, just kind of with his legs up. So you could ask Target maybe. Anybody? Hands up. Volunteers in chat. Sorry, I'm working from home. There we go. Target. Target doesn't have a job. Target will come and work for you. Sorry, Target. I don't mean to be. Right. Let's get some painting done. Working from home here too, and plenty of work to do. Boo! Working from home as well, and catching up after being sick for the last few days. Everybody's working from home. I'm working from home as well. Don't know whether you know that, but I am also working from home. I'm hoping that this. No, not that. I'm hoping that this is going to get delivered today. So we got this little thing. It's supposed to be arriving by tomorrow, but hopefully, because I want that little dude. That's really cool. So hopefully that arrives. I still really want to pick this up. Who's laughing now? Yeah, exactly. I still really want to pick one of these up, so at some point we will do that. Oh, we have a Spike News Network. The 3D printing on the paint desk is complete. I just need to tidy up a bit and there will be more photos. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I know, I want to. I'm so excited. I love working from home because I can cuddle moofloofs whenever I need cat hair all over me. Rather than ask you what paints you don't like, how about what is the characteristics that a paint should have that makes you go, this is perfect, Chris? Ooh, that's a great question. That's a great question. That's a great question. So consistency, how it reacts when you thin it down. Some paints don't thin down particularly well. Like deep sky blue doesn't thin very well. It splits incredibly quickly. However, it's such a really nice tone that it's important to kind of see past that. The tone of the color is really important. And then how large and how consistent the pigment particles are. So if you have very small pigment particles, it's very easy to thin it down and get a nice kind of opaque finish on it. So the opaque finish is an important aspect in terms of whether you can thin it down and still get a nice opaque mark. So this is thinned down and we're still getting a good mark on that. How thick it goes onto the model, that's why I don't like Pro Acryl. And how easily it comes off the brush, because literally some paints don't like coming off the brush. That's one of the reasons why I don't like the too thin coats paints. The too thin coats paints don't come off the brush very well. I don't like how they come off the brush. The AK ones, sadly, are really good because they're consistent. The pigments are really smooth. The medium in them, the medium that they use in them, is a really it's a really consistent medium that allows you to thin the paint down. It reacts with water really well, so when you're thinning the paint down, it doesn't change its properties too much. For paints that tend to separate, would you use medium to thin them be helpful? Not really. So using medium changes the... If you use medium, it changes the characteristics of the paint more than thinning the paint does. So if you... God, this is really difficult to explain. If you use medium to thin your paints, you are thinning the opacity of that paint, so it's more translucent. So you don't get an opaque mark when you put the paint on. If you thin a paint with water, you're not necessarily changing the opacity of the paint, so you can still get an opaque mark when you're putting it on, as long as you don't go too far. Like if you go too far, then yes, you can kind of turn it into a glaze. Yeah, like medium's a really weird one. Medium's a weird one. You can use it for glazing, but I like water for glazing because water evaporates, whereas medium changes the drying time a little bit more. So if you're glazing with a medium, you have to kind of put the paint on. Like if you're a good glaze is a watered down paint that by the time I've got from here to here, this one's already dried. Like because the paint is so thin, the water's just evaporated from it by the time I've got to the end of my stroke. Whereas if I'm using medium in there, by the time I've got to the end of my stroke, this isn't dry yet, and you kind of need to have to wait and let it settle and let it sit, because if you go back and disturb it, then you're kind of moving all the pigment particles around, and that's where you get like little paint tearing. Dependent on the paint, can't water break apart the paint? Yes, it can. Yep. So that's another characteristic of the paint. That's the AK stuff. Annoyingly, because I hate advertising AK and I don't like them particularly as a company, but the AK stuff doesn't break. There was a really nice colour that, where is it? I don't know whether I still have it. There was a really nice colour. There was a really nice colour that Games Workshop used to do called Khemri Bone. And it was a really cold brown. So rather than a warm brown, so you know, like XV88. XV88 is a warm brown, right? Because it's got lots of yellow in it. So that's XV88. It's got lots of yellow in it. It's a very kind of an orangey brown. Khemri Bone was a very cold brown, so it had lots of blue in it. And what you could do with Khemri Brown is that you could break it with water. You could thin it down so much that you would separate the particles, and you would have you would almost create two different paints. It was so cool, but the tones of those two different paints was really interesting. Like, one of them was almost like a dark sea blue brown, and the other one was like a really kind of pale screaming skull kind of brown. It was really odd, but it was really nice to kind of then go in and glaze with those paints. I really need to get back to that sort of stuff. Like, I'm hoping this Infinity kind of exploration is going to kind of reinvigorate me playing around with paints and things, because it was really fun. That Khemri Brown was really interesting. So yes, 100%. Like, if you put Dark Sea Blue on your wet palette, in fact I can show you because I've got a little bit on my wet palette at the moment. If you get Dark Sea Blue on your wet palette, you will see that it has two sets of colour particles. There we go. So you can see this really well. This is Dark Sea Blue here. So you can see the two different colour particles. So you've got this dark blue, and then you've got this turquoise. So these are the pigments that Dark Sea Blue is made up of. So if you split it, you can then glaze with this, or you can glaze with this. So they're two different tones. And then what you have to be really aware of when you're painting with it is, if you want Dark Sea Blue, you have to mix that back together again. You can see how, look at that. That's now gone back to Dark Sea Blue. So that's the kind of thing that you can play around with. And because, like, I really like look at my wet palette. I really like a very wet palette, and that's one of the reasons also why I don't like the Redgrass Games palette paper, because you can't get this. Like, the Redgrass palette paper doesn't have this amount of absorption of water, and you can't play around with paints to this degree when you have a Redgrass. See that here's another one. Look, check out Mephiston Red over here. So you got red, and then you got a little bit of purple to cool it down and darken it down. This one is silver grey. So you can see, if you look at the edge, you can see all the different pigment tones which are in that one. So that is this one here. So you can see it's got like a little bit of red in it. Just a slight bit of red up at the top. So you've got the white, then you got the red, you got a little bit of blue pulling in, and then all this here is all the medium, which is all separated out. So obviously you have to kind of mix all that back together and reactivate it all. But yeah, there was one of the things that I used to really enjoy doing was breaking paints. It was a really fun thing to do, and that was one of the characteristics that you used to try to do when you were testing paints. Because when these paints came out, so I was working at Games Workshop when these paints came out, so I tested all of these paints. So all these paints here, all the bullet pot paints, I tested all of these, and this is what we did. We kind of broke them to see how far they could break, how far they could thin down and still retain a little bit of kind of opacity and paint pigments. Yeah, Bolter Shell. Chimera are really awesome paints, but they're thick as fuck. Yeah, I've not really got on with Chimera as well, for that reason. Like, I like if you have to put paints on a wet palette and thin them so much to get something out of them. I mean, this here. I mean, look at this. This is such a gorgeous red. This is such a gorgeous red. That's Evil Sun Scarlet. This is Evil Sun Scarlet. Look at this. That's so nice. No breaking there at all. There's nothing. That is just pure red pigment. It's so cool. Evil Sun Scarlet is a beautiful paint. It's a really, really nice paint. And then this one over here is Troll Slayer Orange. This one is separated a little bit, so you got all this medium up at the top, stuck up at the top. But if we try and break this one out, look, you can see how the medium is completely dropped. It's just ditched all the pigment. So this is why oranges are really difficult to have good paints for, because the medium just ditches the pigment. And then you can mix it all back together again. Pro Acryl, their light colours are a bit tricky to work with. They break super easily if thin too much. But I see that's precisely why Pro Acryl. Everybody likes Pro Acryl white. So white paint. This is a really good question. Thank you, Avian. This is my white paint that I use, and let's put it there. That's the white paint that I use. So this is a artist acrylic. So that's an artist acrylic white paint. It's called Schminker. It's a Schminker artist acrylic. And white paint is lumpy because, I'm going to put a drop of water here. White paint is lumpy because to get white, you have to have really large pigments. So if a pigment particle for white is this big, a pigment particle for black is that big. So it's like 4 times the size of a black particle, because you need it to reflecting every single color. So it needs to be a large pigment. But if I'm thinning this down, if I thin this down, it retains. Whoops. Okay, didn't quite mean to do that. Try and pull some of this away. It doesn't break, because to try to get, in fact we can use some of this on here, to try to get a nice finish on white, you need to have really thinned down white paint so that you can just glaze it. That's far too much of a glaze. So you can glaze it where you want to. Now because that's thinned down so much, you won't have a chalky finish. But because the Pro Acryl stuff breaks, when you thin it down so much, and it doesn't suspend the pigments, you can't do this. There you go. Non-chalky white paint. The lighter the colour, the bigger the pigments. Correct. That's why yellow is particularly chalky. So it's really tricky to get good yellow. It's exactly the same when you have an orange. An orange.
Navy blue rhymes with poo. Scrape it off my bot and wipe it on you.
How are you doing? Up to no good? An orange has got white in it. So an orange is obviously red with some white in. And then we need some yellow on the wet palette as well. So that's this pure red pigment here, which I really like. This Evil Sun Scarlet, which is just utter red pigment, and then that's got a little bit of white in it. Added a little bit of yellow to keep the luminosity, and you end up with orange. So that's why oranges are a little bit more difficult to get opaque, because they have the white in there, and white is really tricky to keep going without it looking chalky. What paper do I use? This is going to be really tricky for you, up to no good. It's going to be really, really tricky for you. If you go to the co-op and buy a roll of baking paper, if you go to the co-op and buy a roll of the cheapest baking paper that they do in the co-op, and then you cut the roll in half, you literally take a bread knife, like that, and you cut the roll in half, you end up with two of these rolls of baking paper, and they are the perfect width for the wet palette. And this is exactly why I like a wet palette, because I can now kind of manipulate things, manipulate paints and manipulate colors like this. I need to do more of this again. I've kind of stopped doing this a little bit too much, or I've stopped doing this a little bit at the moment. So hopefully, like I was saying, all this infinity stuff is going to encourage me to do a little bit more of this. So there we go. I like Pro Acryl, but man, their paints do not like to stick to satin or slightly glossy primer. Oh, that's the other thing as well, paint finish as well. So there was a period of time about, I don't know, 8 to 10 years ago, where all the competition painters were painting with matte paint. Like, they were just going for as matte as you can get, because matte paints show how talented you are at glazing and transitions and keeping everything smooth. Like, you can cheat a little bit with satin paints. So there was a bit of a trend of all competition painters that as soon as they'd finished painting a model, they would just like put ultra matte varnish all over it and everything like that. So model paints, the companies like Two Thin Coats and like Pro Acryl went, oh, painters want matte paint, we'll make all our paints really matte. So Scale Colour have got really, really matte paints. They were the first ones that came out and had really, really matte paints. And then you ended up with Two Thin Coats and Pro Acryl, and to some extent Vallejo as well. The problem with matte paints is that you can see every single brush stroke, and you end up with a little bit more of a chalky look to it when you're painting them. So you need a little bit of satin in there to play around with. And also, if you're doing matte, if I was to make this sword matte red, like a really matte red, it would look pink, because matte surfaces absorb the light, so they don't bounce the light back, so they absorb a little bit of the light, so they end up desaturating all the paints. So a matte red sword will look pink, whereas a slightly satin red sword will give you a little bit of saturation back, and you'll start having a bit more of a punch. So the little bit of a trend of competition painters painting everything matte bled into paint companies doing the same thing, making all their paints matte, making them more and more matte, and it's a little bit detrimental to how we paint, or how we want to paint, because we want to explore paint finish and surface finish to kind of play around with how much kind of saturation we get from the paint surface. Yeah, again, AK hate the company, but annoyingly their paints are really good, because they're not over matte, and that's also why Citadel, like, I have every single dark Citadel color. Like, if you go through all my paints, I have all the dark Citadel colors, because all the Citadel colors are satin. So what you can do with the dark Citadel colors is you can turn this into a glaze. You can glaze it over your matte paint, and it will soften all the transitions, but also give you a bit of saturation punch back as well. So using Citadel colors, like all their dark colors, are really good for that. Like, I've got every single one. Like Barrett Nard Burgundy, I've got all the purples, all the blues, all the blacks. Like Abaddon Black is fantastic for adding saturation and adding some shine and sheen back to your shadows and everything. So yeah, the Citadel paints are really good for that. I do like using my scale colour and having a matte finish. And one thing that scale colour does do really well is that the paints blend together really well, which is a bit of a tricky characteristic when you have matte paints as well, because you can see the brush strokes a little bit. So yeah, that's hopefully I might pull this part of the video out and stick it on YouTube, because I thought that was quite interesting. Hopefully that made sense to everybody. That being said, let's see if we can put some of that into practice on this one, shall we? It didn't count it, but then I clicked the save stream to rewatch it, and then it counted it. Counted what? Oh, the stream streak. Oh! Sometimes it's 10 seconds, sometimes it's 20 minutes. Purple suffers from that. Purple seems to get kicked from the streak quite regularly. Are you on a streak now, Spiky Boy? Oh, did your salamanders turn up yesterday, dude? Almost back at 100 again. Sweet. The boxes arrived, salamanders and other stuff, including the pre-order that delayed everything. Sweet! That was Star Wars stuff, alright? Chris is thinking when he stares off like that. I'll clear the desk tonight, get the 2 Star Wars Legion tanks done that are on it, then on to new things. Ooh. I need 3 boxes of Eldar Guardians to make 1 squad of all female Guardians. Nice, dude. Cookie, you've been super kind. Thank you very, very much for doing everything you have. That's really cool. Probably have a bit of a hydrate, shouldn't I? top highlights. Yeah, if anybody's interested, in fact, let me grab the. Can somebody do the exclamation mark Huel for me in chat quickly? And if you do grab any Huel, there is a double discount today. So if you grab it using my link, so exclamation mark Huel, and then if you use this code, if you use that code as well, let me do exclamation mark Huel. There you go. So if you use that link and then that code, you get double discount on Huel today, just today, and it is salted caramel today. Oh, so good. Yeah, it's good. Stops me wanting cookies. Stops me wanting cookies and biscuits and toast. Yeah, if you want to go and have a look, that is a special day today, so you get double discount. If anybody wants to dive in, and obviously that's really appreciated as well if you do. Tell them I sent you. Definitely tell them I sent you. Did you say you were interested in that model holder, Cookie? Are you gonna look at picking one of those up? Did you say? They have shipped one. So if you want to wait for when I get it, and I can show you. But it looks good. Just not my cup of tea. Which I will 100% say when I do a video about it.
Yes, I'm a gatekeeper and a hater. I'm also
Oh,
God's favourite
it's a
princess and the
Atari.
most interesting girl in the world.
How are you, Tari22? I think Purple's checked it, and they don't ship to Canada, which sucks. I'm sorry about that. How are you, Tari22? Everybody say a big hello to Tari. We have a Tari in the house. We had a thunderstorm this morning, Tari. How was it down in Kensington at your palace? I'm guessing you had the orchestra kick in to accompany the thunderstorm. Did you spend the morning in the ballroom with the orchestra and the thunder, or did you were you somewhere else this morning? Have you read Infinite and the Divine? I have, yes, a long time ago, but yes. I have also had thunder and heavy rain. Yay!
Check my message, Christopher. Your link is broken for Huel.
Link is fine. It's just Canada. Link's fine. I think it must just be Canada. Can someone do exclamation mark Huel and just ask Tari to check it for me, please? Because Tari's in the UK. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's just Canada. I think it's just Canada. I'm really sorry. Maybe it's time to have Blame Canada as a sound alert. If I had Blame Canada as a sound alert, I could set it at a penny every time you played it, and I would be a millionaire by the end of the year. Ooh. Maybe I should have a Blame Canada sound alert. What's with the infinity? What do you mean, Tari? They emailed me a couple of weeks ago and asked if I wanted to paint some of their models, and I said yes, please. If that's what you mean. What would James Workshop say? James Workshop would probably say, well, I understand because I'm fucking up our games at the moment, so I understand you going and painting something else for a little bit while we sort out our games. That's probably, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing that's probably what James Workshop would say. Meow, that will Chris who would make me a dull boy. You've seen this as well, Tari. I'm also the Tabletop Titans also sent me their elf faction. So been painting her up for them as well. She's super cool. Oh, she's pretty. She is. She's very pretty. She's very pretty. Did they approach you about Warcrow? No, just Infinity. I could ask about Warcrow if you want me to. They've also got that. Is it the hex something or other? That has a couple of rather nice models in it as well. JSA is pretty, but ALF is the best faction. Bug King, you will be happy to know, Mr. Bug King, that I have got a huge package of ALF. I've got a huge package, Bug King. I've got a huge package of ALF on its way to me. So yes, ALF is the best faction. I agree. I agree, my friend. I agree. How are you? I know you are going to be very, very happy to see me not painting Games Workshop, so... Thanks for adding ALF on the end of that. Hi Bugs. Hey Avian. You having a good day, Bug King? Formula 1 starting again tomorrow. After the summer break. My favourite part of painting them is the fact that they are still lead-free pewter. I really prefer the way they are. impressively clean. I think that's the big thing for me, is how impressively clean they are. I think they're fab. Yeah, I'm really enjoying them, dude. I am very much enjoying mucho. Is that a Tomb King Tristan? Oh! It's a Tristan of the Tomb Kings. Nice to see you, dude. How are you? I enjoy you all so much, too. What's up, strangers? Met day. I had 2 temporary crowns installed yesterday. I've got a splitting headache today. Oh, no. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. That sucks. Tomb King Tristan, how is your AOS life? Are you having fun? Are you being awesome? I just hope the Infinity is no longer 25mm. They were so small before. Yes. Yes, it definitely helps. They are... I've been really impressed with them, to be honest, Booking. This is the first model I've painted. I didn't really know about Infinity until... Well, until they sent me a message. And then I kind of... There are lots of things like, oh, that's what that model was that I saw like 10 years ago, that kind of thing. So there was quite a bit of, oh, going on. But I've been deep diving as much as I can, reading lots about the lore and the models and stuff, and it's been really good fun. I've been really enjoying it, and I've got lots of ALF coming. I can't wait to paint them. I'm glad I got this one. I'm glad this one was one that I got at a bring and buy about 5 years ago, just because I saw the model and I was like, oh, that's cool. So that's why I've dug this one out. So while I wait for my ALF to rock up, I can paint some of this guy. One of my best friends who lives about 4 provinces over loves the game. He's got like 5 of the armies, gangs, whatever, fully done up. Every time I hear ALF, I hear KLF and start singing Gonna Rock You. If you're old enough, you know. For sure. Okay, it's getting a little bit chilly, so I'm going to go make a cup of tea. I'll be right back. I fancy a cuppa. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying it. It's really cool. The details are there. Yeah. I think he looks pretty good. I do think he looks pretty good. I'm quite pleased with him so far. Right, I'll be 2 seconds, everybody. Okay, gonna be 2 seconds. Gonna go make a cup of tea, keep myself warm. Right, let's rock on again. Going to watch the F1 weekend warm-up. Nice one, Tristan. Catching a bit. I can't wait. I can't wait, dude. Formula 1 again. Formula 1's back, dude. So excited. So excited. Yeah, I don't think that's bad, is it? There's a few little bits. There's that tiny little bit just on his thigh, which I need to sort out. That's looking pretty good. Okay, let's get these back on. Turn my co-worker onto KDM. He also, on a whim, bought JSA for Infinity. I got back into it then. Now I have the entire Vedek line. What's Vedek? What's the Vedek stuff, dude? What's Vedek? Vedek. Oh, there's like a catwalk. The Indian named ALF models. Oh, they're cool. I like those. Combined Army are interesting. I do like Combined Army. I do like Combined Army. Oh my god! They've sorted it out already. Guys, can you remember yesterday? Can you remember yesterday when I was on here? Can you remember yesterday when I was on here and I was going through and the guy from Corvus Belly was in chat? And I said, I really like... Oh, where is it? Where is it? It's not even here anymore. Hang on, where is it? And I said, I really like that support pack. Oh, have they sorted it? Oh no, they haven't sorted it. Oh, I thought they sorted it. I thought I was going to be really impressed that they'd sorted it straight away. Okay, so it still shows up. Still shows up as that, but clicks into that. But what was the one a second ago that didn't? What did I search for? Vedek? Was it Vedek? Yeah, there. The ALF support pack. Is that oh, that one's available on the 20. Oh, I'm so confused now. She's cool. How cool is she? Yeah, it's just awesome. It's just an awesome game, isn't it? It's looking really cool. The Greek sectorial SSS. Please paint those. Which ones? Which ones do you want me to paint? These ones. I really want to paint these. I really like these. I also really want to paint. Where are they called? Inhumans? No, the Auxiliaries. I really want to paint them, and the Posthumans. Those two. I want those two. Which one is the army that has recreated heroes from the past? So that is... There's some ALF in that. The... what's it called? Steel Phalanx, I think. I think they have some. New Wave, those are Greek. Oh, there we go. Bug King's answered. The K2 are Greek, the Posthumans are Vedic. Oh, okay. God, this is complicated, Bug King. So, Dick Pala, Azura, Garuda, etc., the OSS faction. There we go. Super cool. Anyway, so I have, for those of you who don't know, I have this guy coming, where I'm going to give him a, sorry, this guy coming, where I'm going to give him a helmet. I'm going to take his head off and give him a helmet because I think he looks cool, but he needs a helmet, in my opinion. Same with Maximus. I'd love to get Maximus and give him a helmet. That would be cool as well. So I've got him coming. I've got that army pack coming, and I've got that coming. So I've got all of those coming, and then I also have. I really like that one with the shield. That one's really, really cool. And then I also have 2 books. So end. I keep wanting to say end game, but it's not. It's end wave, and the N5 book. Maximus is Sirecast, yes. Yeah, super cool, super cool. Right, okay, let's get this. Oh, I need a sip of tea first. Oh, so good. Oh, that is so good. Right. So let's see if we can sort out. Some red in this. Okay. An hour paint job, so nothing amazing, but they are for tabletop. You've got Throkitai with the shield painted. Throkitai. Are they on your Insta, dude? I'll go and have a look later. Yeah, I'm going to do... hopefully going to do some interesting videos with them. Well, I think they'll be interesting videos. Whether the community thinks they're interesting videos is a completely different kettle of fish, but... I'm not posting the LF to Instagram since they're just speed paints. Gotcha. I'm going to do my ALF turquoise and orange is the plan. The metal finish is certainly interesting, isn't it? You can get a little bit kind of obsessed with the metal surface finish. Doing the box art colours for ALF. Nice. Yeah, I want to do a video about colour schemes and things, so that'd be quite fun. So you approve of my infinity choice? ALF has made a few recreations for other factions too. Joan of Arc, Sun CG for Yujing. No thinking, just an hour or two per figure. Yeah, I kind of want to do a really nice job on the ALF, and then I kind of want to, because I've got the nomads which are coming in the start collecting or start here box. So I kind of want to see if I can sort of speed paint the nomads, or maybe sort of speed paint the some combined army or something. I mean, the JSA is also gorgeous. I really like the JSA, so. But I don't think the JSA particularly leads itself to speed paint. To be fair, maybe the other ones don't either, but. I don't know. I haven't painted any yet. All I know is that this model's gorgeous, and I'm really enjoying painting all the teeny tiny details. Hey Prop, how you doing? Achilles detected just because defected just because ALF wouldn't bring Patroclus back. He defected? What? Wait, are we getting some Infinity Law? How are you doing, Prop? Everything good? Can't Grumble coming along nicely, thank you very much. Yeah, not bad. Just taking some, oh dear. Taking some time to tidy everything up today. Although I've just messed all that up. There we go. Right. Do a camera swap. Or rather battery swap. Or not, because that battery's dead. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's got enough left to get us to the end of the stream. So, we need... This bleeding is annoying. This bleeding everywhere is frustrating. Guys are weird. There's not a lot of room to kind of touch up when you make mistakes on these. It's quite interesting. Okay, so last little bit of battery as well. I'm gonna go and have some dinner. What's everybody doing this evening? What are you all up to this evening? What are you all doing this evening, everybody? Painting Fulgrim and some display board stuff. Nice. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. A bit better. Oops, wasn't even on screen. Did you see me paint that? Right. Okay, right. Let's go and find somebody to raid because that looks pretty good for a day's tidy up. Quite pleased with all that. You're welcome, Avian. Thank you very much. Stream tomorrow? Shall I stream tomorrow? I think it makes sense to stream tomorrow, doesn't it? It's definitely an interesting paint process. I'm glad, like I say, I'm glad I've done this one before I start doing the ALF stuff. But that's really cool. I'm here so I can watch. Awesome, Avian. Nice. That sounds epic. Last little shout out. If anybody wants to open up these pages and just have a browse, there's the gallery airbrush stuff. There is the Huel stuff, and of course there is the Artist Opus paintbrush stuff. If any of those links take your fancy, give them a click, go and have a look, pop over and have a look and pick something up if you're interested. That helps me out massively, particularly in terms of having a good relationship with the company so that they know that what I'm saying actually has some sort of impact. Right, let's go find somebody to raid. Let's find somebody to raid. Somebody. Oh my god, nobody on again. Maybe there's not nobody on. Maybe I just haven't looked. Maybe I just, like, all the people that I used to follow just don't stream anymore and I need to go find new people. Ren is on. Right, thank you very much, everybody. Have a fantastic Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you very much. Be awesome, be fantastic, enjoy your painting, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Shall we try that again? There we go. Shall we try it again properly? Right. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care. Have a great day. See you later. Bye.